Hello everyone, my name is Nguyen Thu Huong. You can call me Mimi, and today I will present with the topic Eveline by James Joyce with our friend. Could you please introduce yourself?
Yes, hi everyone. My name is Yanty Manullang.
Okay, let's get started. Today we will guide you throughout the story and we will have four main parts. The first one is the thesis statement. The second one will give you some supported theories. The third one is several contractions of binary opposition in Eveline. And the next one will be interpretation of Eveline's short story and will give you the idea of how to read it, deconstructivism. Okay, so with the first part, thesis statement, please welcome Evie. She will introduce it to you guys.
Hello everyone. Now the first one here is thesis statement. So we make a thesis statement here with the theme of missed opportunities and the psychological complexities of decision making, and portraying what is the internal struggle of Eveline as a protagonist here, torn between the familiar but stifling life Evelyn knows and the uncertain but has a potential liberating escape for her. We have three parts here. For the first one here, the psychological paralysis and fear of change. We're gonna give you example, otherwise you can know better. So the story here begins with Evelyn paralyzed by the fear of unknown and what is uncertainty of leaving her familiar surroundings. So Evelyn stormed between the known routines of what her mundane life and the prospect of venturing into unfamiliar. So the conflict here, despite true indecisiveness and how to reduce things to take connections. And the other, based on the internal of Evelyn here, she struggled with the illustrate through her vivid memories and confliction emotions. Why? Because her mind was isolated between longing for escape and emotional ties with her family and home. We know that she lives with father, right? So also she was tired, praised in the story, and passing time reveal Evelyn's mental state of inertia and stagnation. So her fear here change keeps in a cycle of indecision. And then prevent her from the different path. The other here, we gonna see the second one, the societal expectation and obligation here. So Evelyn, by the societal and the duty, what she feels with her family here, she grabbed with the promise with her dying mother. What her promise is keep the home together, right? So she feel like obligate her own desire to familiar responsibilities. Actually, Emily lives exerts control over her choice. Why? Because her submissive relationship with the father here and the social norms in her behavior limit her autonomy and the sense of duty for her own happiness. Yes, that's why the theme of duty and social obligation here as a role character for her younger siblings. So her sense of duty or her sense in making decision process and dying her to internal conflict. The last part here of missed opportunities and the fleeting nature of life. So Evelyn here have a potential for a better life with Frank as a boyfriend, right? But actually, he offered the escape for Eveline. However, she was fear and indecision to make the opportunity, so she leading to a sense of regret. So the final image of Eveline here, her realization, her miss of change for a different future. That's why we highlight here the theme of missed opportunities. Because leaving Evelyn trapped in her unfulfilling existence. So through the stories here, Joyce, as a writer, explores the universal experience of missed opportunities and the haunting feeling what could have been. And the narrative here reminder the importance of taking a chance and embarrassing change in order to avoid a lifetime of regret. Okay, so we go to the next slides here. Next slides here talking about what the theories that support Mimi and me in our presentation. There are five. The first one, Panak psychoanalytic psychoanalytic theory here developed by the Freud here. So he explored about the unconscious mind and the influence on human behavior. So it can examine the every internal conflicts here about fear, about desire. So this is also a complex and repression here. So we highlight here that Evelyn attachment to her family and her struggle to break free from her stifling environment. Yes, it is. And we're gonna see from the feminist theory here, analyze about the gender roles and the power dynamic of social expectation. Yes, we are human. There's a difference between man and male, right? So in the story, the protagonist Evelyn here struggle with the reflex of what is the limitation of women during the early 20th century. So the feminist theory here explore how the expectation for the woman and the contribution of Evelyn for her internal conflict. So we highlight the theme, the female agency here, as a woman face to desire and duties here. We're looking for the modernist theory here. It's reflecting the literary movement by experimentation and the fragment narrative structure. So this examine the traditional value, right, between the individual struggle. Evelyn find the meaning of changing world. The story also explore of missed opportunities and what gonna be psychological complex with modernist theme of existential here and the nature of human experience. And then the next one is the reader response theory here. We as a reader, we may have a different interpretation, right? Yes, because we have our own emotion, how we respond the story. Exactly, me and Mimi will be different when interpret one story. Our group and your group also will be different because we have another emotion. We are different to leading to variate the story here.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Mm-mm. Yes, right,
Mm.
Mimi, you agree with me, right?
Totally.
Yes, and the last here, the post-colonial theory. Yes, because it explored the themes here of oppression and cultural identity. Yes, because Evelyn has her own identity, her own culture here. That's why the story reflects the influence of the social norms on Eveline in making a decision process. So it's gonna help the power dynamic and what gonna be cultural at play in Evelyn's struggle and the broader social, political with the story unfolds here. Okay, so turns to Mimi.
Thank you, Evie.
Yes.
Now we will go to the third part of our presentation with several contractions of binary opposition in Eveline. So the first one we can see duty with desire, or we can say Eveline need to make a tough decision. Sometimes
Yes.
people have to make these difficult choices. Eveline, as a young girl, face a big decision too. It is, should she do what her family expect of her or follow her own dreams? Eveline loved her family very much and she made a promise to her mom before she passed away. She promised to take care of everyone and not leave them behind. But deep down, Eveline also yearned for something more in life. She wanted to break free from the routine and rules that held her back. One day, Eveline met a man named Frank and they was in love. Frank offered her a chance to go far away. They could start a new life together there, and this idea excited Eveline because it meant freedom and happiness to her. However, Eveline felt torn inside. On one hand, she wanted to be with Frank and live a life of adventure. On the other hand, she felt a strong sense of duty and loyalty to her family. She couldn't bear the thought of leaving them behind and breaking her promise to her deaf mother. Eveline had to make a choice. Should she follow her head desire and go with Frank, or should she stay and fulfill her family responsibility? It was a difficult decision, and she was struggled to find the right answer. And in the end, Eveline had to think about what truly mattered to her. She had to weigh her dreams against her love for her family. Making this decision wasn't easy, but it told her an important lesson about the challenges of life. Sometimes, right, Evie, in life,
Yes.
we have to make tough decisions too. We have to make a
Mm-mm.
sacrifice and to between what we want for ourselves and what is expected of us. It's not
Yes.
always an easy choice, but it's a part
Yes.
of growing up and finding our own path in life. Okay,
Yes.
the second part
You're
is
right.
familiarity and uncertainty, or we can say staying or leaving. So think like we try to think that we are Eveline and we are wearing her shoes, facing a tough decision between what you know and what you don't. Eveline finds herself in trouble between the place she called home and the promised future that
Mm.
lies ahead. Eveline's home is her safe haven. It's where she feels comfortable and knows everything so well. The sounds of the family street, the comforting smells, and the routines she used to. They all make her feel very easy and very close. But deep down, Eveline wonders what else is out there in the world, and she really wants to discover it. One day, the opportunity come to her. Yeah, Frank, the idea of leaving everything behind and stepping into the unknown environment scare Eveline.
Yes.
She is unsure about what awaits her if she takes that decision. Throughout the story, Eveline thinks about the things she knows so well, the sounds, the smells, and the routines that make her feel good, feel secure. However, the thought of leaving that behind and adventure and threw her into the unknown brings up feelings of fear and uncertainty. It's like it's like being struggle between know well things and unknown things. Eveline has to make the choice. Should she stay with the family surroundings and she knows and she loves them, or should she take a risk and explore the uncertain of a new life? It's a difficult decision and she need to deal with this. In the end, Eveline has to think about what she values most. She has to consider whether she's willing to leave her comfort zone, which is her family, or go with Frank to embrace the unknown. Making this choice isn't easy, but it's a part.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, it's a part. She needs to deal with that. Then the next one we go with sustainability and change, right? Or we can say staying safe or embracing change. Like if you are Eveline, you're facing a big choice between staying in a stable and secure life or embracing the possibility of change and personal growth. So Eveline, she finds herself torn between the comfort of stability and the potential for something more. Her current life is familiar with her and steady. She plays an important role in taking care of family since her mother died, and she follows the routines and expectations, I say, placed upon her. This stability brings her a sense of security, knowing what each day will bring. But deep down, she wants to discover something more out there.
Yes.
And yeah, through the story, we can say like Eveline finds comfort in the stability she knows and the role she plays in her family and the routines she follows. But at the same time, she wants for something more and a life that fulfills her deepest desires. But it full of challenges for her. She cannot make sure that when she leave with Frank to different place, they will have a better life there. And the next one, we can see the past and the future. Eveline cherish her past deeply. She loved her mother and loved her family when she was a child, and she loved all the happiness moments, all the happy moments that she shared with her family. These memories bring her comfort and a sense of familiarity, like of close environment. She holds a special place. The people, her family, hold a special place in her heart. But at the same time, Eveline, she wonders what future can bring her. And she also excited and also worries for the future as well. But at the end, of course, she's in between the past and the future. Like they just play very hard role for her to choose. Okay, then we can see
Yes.
past and future. We go with the next slide. Please present it to us.
The last here is interpretation of Eveline's short story and how you read deconstructivism. Here are the several parts that you can use. The first one, you have to familiar yourself with what is the constructive theory here. So you should understand the key principle and the concept of this. So it involves the challenging binary opposition and explore the linguistic ambiguity, and you need to underline what gonna be contradiction within a text. The second one here, you should identify binary opposition. So, present in the story of Eveline here, such as a duty and desire, stability, change, and familiarity, uncertainty. So we can recognize these oppositions are not fixed or absolute, but rather it's fluid, the subject to be the construction. And the next question, the stability of binary oppositions. It's a challenge that fix what is the meaning with identify binary opposition. So question whether here can truly be nearly separate or if they are gray or and overlaps between them. The next one, you need to analyze the language and the symbols. So you need to pay close attention to the language, the symbol, or the image used in Eveline. So, where the language and the symbol create, you undermine the traditional meaning. So you need to analyze how the linguistic and symbolic contribute as the constructing binary oppositions here. The next one here, undercover, contradiction and tension. So you need to identify and examine what is contradiction and the tension within the text. So you need to explore where the character or the situation, expectation or challenge traditional interpretation of binary oppositions. The next, consider alternative interpretation here. You need to engage the alternative interpretation here or challenge the dominant reading in the text. So you should explore how the character action and how the motivation can be understood or they construct established binaries here. And you need to examine power dynamic. So you should analyze the power dynamic here and how they shape the character choice and action. So you need to consider how power the relation with binary opposition and the constructions can be underlying as a power imbalance here. The next, imbalance, ambiguity, and uncertainty. Here, you should recognize the multiple interpretation. And there is no single fixed meaning, so you need to emphasize and openness the text to the constructive analysis. Last but not least, so you need to reflect on the implication here. In the reading of Eveline, you should consider how the construction here challenge the traditional interpretation. So you should disrupt and establish what is the hierarchy or the power structure within the text of this story. Okay, and we back to the Mimi.
Yes, thank you, Evie. Let's go
Yes,
with discussion, everyone. So, firstly, I want to ask you the first question. Evie,
yes.
do you agree with feminist theory as an Indonesian?
Actually, maybe because of Indonesia is so big, right? A big country, but in my hometown, I
Mm-hmm.
don't see, but I didn't agree with the feminist theory right
Mm,
now. But maybe it applied in several years, right?
mm-hmm.
In my mom, maybe when my mom was young,
Mm-hmm.
maybe it still applied, but I didn't agree. Why? Because male and female are same. So who said that women stay keep her family? I mean, you stay at
Have
home,
to.
yeah, you have to take care of your husband, your family, something like that. So you don't need, uh, if you want to go abroad, like me, come here, they didn't give me a chance, so I didn't
Mhm.
agree with the feminist theory here. How about you?
So for me,
Huh?
I do not say the whole Vietnamese, but for me, I agree. Like, I agree that women, we should take care of the family because I'm quite traditional and I was born in the mountainous area in Vietnam. And as I see
Yes.
that we women, we are, but I do not say that we stay at home like a slave. I do not say that we stay at home like a helper. But I think that men
We should take.
men they earn outside, earn money outside, and women we should show our power. We have soft power. So
Soft skill.
yeah, so I think that I do agree. Women,
Okay.
our specialize is being soft, being nice, and we're good at taking care of the family. So I myself I agree with this, but mostly in modern life in Vietnam, women they want to take the equal right.
Yes,
So
you're right. Balance.
the new people, yeah, the new generations, they will
Mm-mm.
mostly I think they will not agree 100%.
Yes.
But for me, I do agree because I'm traditional girl. Mm.
Actually, I'm traditional too. I will take care of my family, but if I want to go abroad, I will take them with me.
Yes, there is a solution for everything, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
try to
So
balance.
yeah, so if you are you as of Evelyn, will you make
Mm.
the same decision?
What decision I make, right? If I were her.
Yeah, yeah.
For
Do you want
me,
to stay?
I think Evelyn, she thinks too much about the past. Of course, the promise she made a promise with her mom is important.
Yes.
She needs to keep it.
Yeah.
But I think that her mom wants her and her family to be happy. And her mom will be happy when she's happy. So
Yes.
if I were
Evelyn.
her, I would try to talk to my father and to know exactly problem what makes him change.
Mm-mm.
Like because when the mother's still alive, he was a happy
He's a
man.
good boy.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
a
he's
good
a good.
man, good attitude. But other side now, he's changed. So I think that I will talk with him and try to share and understand him, not taking
Yes.
care of the family like a helper. I don't want that. I want connection. I want connection.
Yes.
And
Yes.
when all of my siblings goes well and everything is good, I can achieve my dream. I don't care if they are good when I'm 30 years old. I can still go for my future, or even I have to wait for 40 years. It's all good, but I will set a timer. Like, I think firstly we need to honest to ourselves. Outside, outside she take care of the family, but deep down she doesn't want that. So it makes her really hard, right? So yeah, for me, I will firstly talk to my family, make sure that everything is good, and I also spread the idea that I want to discover the world. Maybe I will stay here with you guys for 10 years or 5 years. I will do this, do that. And when the times come, I want to go. I want to discover the world by myself. I will say straight like that. How about you, Evie?
Yes, me too. I agree with you. If I was Evelyn, actually, I love my mom. I love my daddy. I love
Mm,
them so much. But actually, if they are changed, I think they have some problems. It seems like us, right? Some things we are
mm-hmm,
in good mood, in bad mood. So if our father changed, we should solve them. Deep
mm-hmm,
talk. So we should ask what's your problem? So what can I do for you? Don't think too much. So mother
Yes.
is gone. Yeah,
Mm.
her mother was passed away. So yeah, she should keep a promise, but try to make what can make you happy. So
Mm.
the happiness in your hands. So
Mm.
you're free. You're
Mm.
free to make. Yes. So choose what makes you happy. So
Yes.
if I was Evelyn, actually I will talk to my father and then talk to Frank, right?
Mm.
Otherwise, we are not keep silent.
Mm.
Yeah.
And like if you can meet her and give her one advice, what do you say
Yes.
to her?
To Evelyn,
Yes. Eveline
I
or
just
Eveline.
I just want to say, Evelyn, you are free to be happy. Choose whatever makes you happy. Don't think too much. You live in prison, not past. Okay.
Yes,
How
that's
about
so
you?
meaningful.
How
Me,
about you?
if I meet her, I will tell
Yeah,
her,
I'm Evelyn. Evelyn. Yeah, you can tell
yes,
her.
hello girl, you are beautiful and you have a promised life in the future. I know
Yes.
that you are responsibility girl, but do not take it so hard. Everyone support you, your family love you, your mom love you, your siblings love you, I love you too. So be honest to yourself and choose the thing that make you happy. There's a solution always, no worries.
Yes. Thank
That's
you,
me.
Mimi.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Abby. So thank you
Thank
everyone.
you. Thank
Yes,
you,
for listening
guys.
to us. So hopefully that we're gonna see in the near future. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.